Good day to you and welcome to another Paddocks Club video tutorial. I thought today I would share with you an issue that I had to deal with in a consultation recently, where in an upmarket scheme that is a building about 60 years old and had basement parking, the trustees were faced with a situation where people simply couldn't get into their parking bays. And they came to me on the basis that they had a problem because cars had got bigger over the years, and that this particular set of parking arrangements which were made in terms of the rules of this scheme were simply not working anymore. Unfortunately, in this particular scheme, there were too few parking bays for the number of residential units in any event. So only about 40 of the 60 owners of apartments had parking opportunities in the basement. And here, those people were now, because of the size of cars and that sort of thing, unable to use these things effectively. Cars were getting scratched. It was a real problem from beginning to end. So we had a good look at the whole thing. And what it turned out was that people over time had started to buy these larger cars. People had long wheelbase buckies with tow bars at the end. They had big cars that they chose to bring into these bays that were designed for far more modestly proportioned cars. And the issue was not so much, when we looked at it clearly, that the bays were unsuitable, but that the cars being put in them were unsuitable. And what had happened over time is that people had got used to having a situation where bits of their cars exceeded the boundaries of their exclusive use parking bays. In the end, what we realized, which was going to be very inconvenient for quite a lot of people in this scheme, was that they simply couldn't use the cars that they were using in those parking bays. And this raises the issue, are you allowed to use your exclusive use parking bay simply as a landing pad, and as long as your wheels are on it, it's okay if the rest sticks out? The answer obviously is no. You've got to, if you have a small bay, then use a car that will fit entirely within the confines of that bay. So this may be a particular problem that won't hit many. What I thought was interesting, because what we realized is that people didn't really understand the issue of exclusive use. They didn't understand that it was only that area actually demarcated on the plan attached to the rules, which was set aside for the exclusive use of that particular person. And once this issue was absolutely clarified and we got rid of the myth that you could park anything you liked on your bay, then whilst there are still going to be issues in sorting out this particular scheme, the principles became completely clear. I hope that this has been of some value, and if you have any issues, please raise them on the discussion forum.